like fighting every urge of my body and soul to not be absolutely upset about that. So I'm making really good progress already. And actually guys, so and they went through so much in their past. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another Bookmas video. Honestly, welcome to another video of, hey, Bryn doesn't have anything together. Stressing out currently. That's not the point of today's video. I'm gonna be mood reading some books this week. I've been kind of book slump city over here. I don't think I've been able to get through a book to save my absolute life. I just need to read, and I need to read for myself this week. That is exactly what we are going to be doing. The first book I'm reading is on my Kindle, and it's Lightlark by Alex Astor, I think is the name. I don't know. I've been reading Lightlark ever so slightly over the past week before this week. I'm like 50% through it right now, so I honestly am definitely going to finish this book in today's video. The book is just very fast paced. There's really not anything crazy to it. That's why it's taken me a good minute to even get 50% through, but I definitely want to finish Lightlark in today's video. I think it said I had like 3 hours left, and I am gonna read like all of tonight. So that is the whole plan for the rest of today, honestly, is just to get through a lot of Lightlark. I feel like once I actually finish a book, like we'll have momentum finally, and then we can just continue reading for the week. But right now, book slump city, so I don't know, we'll see where the week takes us, but for right now I'm going to continue reading Lightlark. Welcome to today's video. Let's go ahead, let's get right on into it. Hello everyone, I'm in my parents' room right now. I realized like an hour and a half into reading my book, I'm like 70% through it right now. I realized I never gave you guys an update, so that's what I'm gonna be doing really quickly right now. Basically, I didn't give you an update, but I also didn't tell you guys what the book is about. So a really quick, like loose premise of the book. Basically, there are like 6 different realms. In every 100 years, a centennial happens where they all have to go to this, like, I guess, island or just center realm called Lightlark, and basically they have to do that because there's a curse set upon them. So every 100 years they have to go to Lightlark and try to break the curse. So the ruler from each of the 6 realms has to go to Lightlark. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's very interesting. I'm having a big disconnect.
That was crazy. No.
Anyway, sorry, excuse that. I am not in my cabin, so it's gonna have some background noise. Honestly, I'm having 2 disconnects with the book right now. The first one I think is actually pretty major, and it's kind of just the fact that it's different than other fantasy books that I've read before. I feel like honestly any other fantasy book that I've read, it's like you get 10-15% through and the world building is done. World building is my biggest like upset every time I'm reading a fantasy book. It's so difficult to get through the world building, and that's like I'm trekking through the world building. In this book I'm at 70% and I feel like we're still world building. It's genuinely just like I feel like the author was writing this story and then kind of decided to just like add extra things to the plot because they thought the plot was getting boring. And personally, I don't think the plot would have gotten boring. I don't think you needed to keep adding things randomly. I feel like there's new plot lines every chapter, and it's really hard to follow. Another thing though is that I'm having a disconnect with our main character Isla. I feel like, okay, another kind of, I guess, plot point in this book is that Isla is the only ruler of a realm who is powerless. So she wasn't born with any powers, and each of the rulers from the 6 different realms are supposed to have powers, but she doesn't. But they have kind of like trials, I guess, they're going through, and Isla obviously doesn't have any powers. So she's kind of been doing the whole thing and being powerless throughout it all. And I feel like in the beginning when she was undermining herself, being upset that she didn't have powers, I feel like that was all fair because it was difficult in the beginning. But then like it gets to a point where it's like she has gone through trials and tribulations, and like a lot of them too, and proved that she can do it without powers. So now when she kind of complains about not having powers, or she talks about or like doubts herself, it really like upsets me a lot because I'm just like, I also feel like a big thing should be said about like just the love interest in this book. I don't know, I literally, when he appeared, I was like, oh great, we have another morally gray love interest, oh thanks. But now I don't mind him at all. He's really not like the biggest plot point in the book, and I appreciate that, and I don't love him, but I don't mind him either, so it's okay. I'm getting through, I'm getting over it, okay? I'm realizing now, my red shirt has been showing the entire time. Guys, Cars 2 is the ultimate comfort movie for me. I watch it like almost every single time I read, so that was immediately being thrown on. I'm so sorry. Like, this is driving me insane. It's so bad, and I've been wearing it this entire time. Anyways, I think I'm gonna finish Lightlark tonight. Like I said, I'm 70% through, so I think I could like finish it tonight and then start a new book tomorrow. I'll check in with you guys probably tomorrow to give you guys like my final thoughts and reviews on Lightlark. I have no clue what I'm gonna rate it. I normally have at least an idea of what I would rate a book by this time. I'm 70% through and I'm just so iffy about it still, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where we get, and I will see you guys tomorrow with some updates and some final thoughts and opinions on Lightlark. Hello everyone, it is officially Tuesday. I have some major updates for you guys because not only, as I told you guys before, did I finish that book last night, I also started a new one this morning. So let's talk through a few things before we actually get onto the reading of today. What was the book that I was reading last night called? Lightlark by Alex Astor. Now, the ending actually made me so upset, and I don't know how to explain it without spoilers, so I'm just not going to explain it. I'm just gonna say the ending made me upset. I don't like a certain set of two people being together. Let's just put it that way, okay? Not the biggest fan of them, and I don't like how they were the ones to end up together. I don't know if I'm going to continue the series, especially with the way that that book ended off. Like, boils my blood. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I just think that I don't like them together, so I don't know. I feel like there's something instilled in me to where, unfortunately, I do have to read the second and third book. So I did put the second book on hold because I have to know what happens. This is actually an issue with me, is I can never just be left on a cliffhanger and be okay with it. I always have to know what happens. That's also why I don't read thriller or mystery books, because it consumes my every waking second if I don't know the ending to things. Unfortunately, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the book, I have to read the second one. Unfortunately. What are you doing, Whitney? Come here. My dog is like too big to be a lap dog, but that's her dream. Like, this does not work for us, Whitney. She has the worst attachment issues. This is absolutely insane. You are not a lap dog. You are so huge among this, girl. Basically, Lightlark, I ended up giving a 4 stars. I think that's where I'm just gonna settle with the rating for now. I don't think that it was any better than a 4-star book, and if I'm being completely honest, maybe it was like a 3.5. Also, oh my god, it's hot in this cabin. Hold on. I'm going through a lot right now, guys. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it got really slow. I can't even say love interest anymore. Oh my god, like, I'm gonna light myself in flames. I can't believe it. I did give the book 4 stars. Do I want to change that rating right now after talking through it with you guys? Absolutely. So I think I'm gonna put the book at 3 stars maybe. No, because it's not. Okay, we'll settle for a 3.5 stars. That's going to be my final rating for Lightlark. I want to move past this book. So let's move on to the book that I actually just started reading. I read this in class this morning, and that is none other than Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. Now, I know that recently you guys have been like screaming at me to read this book. I've had this on my TBR for like 2 years. I read like 20% of this in class, and I normally can get through maybe like 5-10% of a book before I get tired and like bored. I was reading it on my Kindle because I love my Kindle. Even though I have the physical copy, I just need my Kindle. Okay, this, like, my Kindle is my emotional support. I'm very interested by both of our main characters. I feel like it's very different than a lot of like love stories and like romance books that I've read before, so I'm so excited about this, okay? I think the writing is already impeccable. I'm like immediately entranced. So I guess if you guys don't know what Archer's Voice is about, I can tell you. I feel like maybe I should actually be a good booktuber for once. I literally forgot her name. I was just reading it this morning. I forgot her name. I was just reading it. It literally, like, I had it in my brain, and then when I went to say the sentence, I forgot her name. Girl's name in Archer's Voice. What? Bree Prescott. Oh my god. Like, how did I forget? Basically, Archer's Voice follows our main character, Bree, and then obviously it also follows our other main character, Archer. Now, Bree just recently moved to this small town. She kind of needs to, like, get away from her past. She needs to move on from some things, so she decides to move away from her old life, start a new life for a little bit, like, go on a little trip. So she goes to this small town in Maine. Now, in this small town, there's a guy named Archer, and basically, like, he went through a very tragic car accident, and obviously, like, a very tragic childhood, so he doesn't talk at all. He's one of the people that, like, the town just continues continuously keeps talking about and is saying like, oh, it's such a pity he doesn't talk at all. The town like thinks he's deaf. That's kind of where we're at in the book right now. I'm only 20% through, but we're getting a lot of major like developments happening already. The main character is actually talking to Archer. She's using sign language, and then she's been kind of communicating with him a little bit. I feel like I'm very excited for like breaking through Archer's barrier in this book and really like seeing these characters work together to overcome both of their issues, because obviously it's not just Archer who's struggling. This is a very heavy book. It's such a good book already. It's very like heavy of a book, but I feel like the author Mia Sheridan has such an easy way of just like showing the heaviness of the book but still reeling it back a little bit and bringing in a little bit of a light side, and I guess keeping the book fast-paced at the same time. So I'm making really good progress already, and it's only 11 o'clock, so got a good chunk to go, but I definitely want to read a bunch of this today. So I'll see you guys whenever I pick up Archer's Voice, probably in a little bit because I have some work to do first, but definitely want to read this book today. I'll see you guys whenever I pick this up. I'm really shocked at the way that Mia Sheridan has been writing this book. I've never read her writing before. This book is making me want to read everything that she writes ever. This says, I was glad he didn't try to come up with something encouraging to say. Sometimes an understanding silence was better than a bunch of meaningless words. Like, it's just the simplicity of the way that she writes makes me feel so safe when I'm reading the book. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. It just feels so real. Like, I feel like these are real people who like are living right now. Like, and I love their connection. It's on like such a deeper level, and it wasn't like a insta-lovey type of book. The way that they're becoming friends first and like getting to this basis of understanding each other first, I love that. I love that so much. So it's amazing. I'm loving this book. It says, it suddenly occurred to me that Archer Hale had taught himself an entire language but hadn't had a single person to talk to until me. Maybe I'm just like really emotional right now, but everything's like hurting me in this book. That was when I got to know Mr. Change of Heart. Takes everything in me just to get up each day, but it's wonderful to see that you're okay. 3 a.m. and I'm still awake. I'll bet you're just fine. I'll bet your friends tell you she's better than me. You said we're two different organic shoes in your $1 million couch. You think about me when you say, oh my god, she's insane. Guys, I've been sitting here for the past like, I don't know, 10 minutes just singing songs instead of like flipping pages on my book. I feel like honestly I'm liking reading on my Kindle more than I'm like liking reading it physically, because I don't know, when I'm on my Kindle I feel like I can highlight more things and it automatically saves to my Goodreads account, so I'm able to like go back later so I can see these quotes that I highlighted, and I don't think that reading it physically is going to give me that same vibe. It's currently 2:56. I had a little bit of work to get done before I started like continuing reading this book today, but I'm so excited to get back into this book. Oh my gosh. I'm hoping that this is going to be one of my favorite books of all time. I'm hoping that this momentum continues. Hello everyone, it is officially Wednesday. It is currently 3:44. I actually have not done that much reading today. I went to school this morning. I read throughout my entire class because it's basically a study hall at this point. I already completed all my work, and then I got to 47% through Archer's Voice today. Now I am honestly loving the book so much. I feel like I can't express that enough. Like, the character dynamics in this is amazing. I feel like it's like majority a character study, and I think I'm really enjoying that. Like, I feel like even though I can't relate to what the characters are going through, this is like one of those books the entire time I'm just feeling for the characters, you know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my god, like I just need to see their happy ending. They deserve it more than anyone else in the entire universe. See how far we get through it today. Honestly, I have a lot of errands to run today with my family, so we're gonna have some long car rides back and forth between errands that I'll probably be reading in the car, but I don't know how much I'll get through because I do get very motion sick very easily, so we'll see. Updates to come soon. I feel like I can't share that much about the book, just one, because I don't want to spoil it, but also because I'm not at the end of the book yet, so I don't even know how it's gonna pan out. I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more updates probably. I don't think I'm gonna actually do any talking today because, like I said before, car rides. So I'll see you guys tomorrow when, hopefully, crossing my fingers, Archer's Voice is a completed book for me. officially Thursday. I didn't check in with you guys at all yesterday, but today I got through 80% of Archer's Voice. I am so close to being done with the book. It is so good though. I'm just battling with what the characters are dealing with right now. I really hope that there's not a third act breakup. I love these characters a lot. I genuinely think that like everything that they're going through and the coping mechanisms they use are just like so real. I really quickly wanted to mention, like, before I actually finish the book, that I'm very much enjoying it. I just think that once again the way that they cope with things like hits really close to home, because like our main character Bree, like she obviously also went through a bunch of stuff in her past and a lot of things that still come up now because she went through a bunch of like I guess just trauma. Basically her coping mechanism is just like pretending that it's all okay and kind of just like moving forward with life and trying to pretend like a normal human being as much as she can, and that's how she copes with her issues. And then our other main character Archer, he's kind of like closed off. Anytime that something happens to him or like something gets triggered, he just really goes like and crawls into a hole, and I feel like I relate to them both very deeply on that level because I'm like that is my literal only two coping mechanisms. Like my only thoughts for these past 2 days have been about Archer's Voice. Like sorry, I'm daydreaming about the book I'm reading right now. Like I don't have any energy or thoughts to give to you at this moment. I'm thinking about the book I'm reading. Nervous for the way that this book is going to end because everything's like going all fine and dandy right now. I mean, as fine and dandy as it can be. You know how books are, you know, like they're going all good and everything's fine and then, oh, so we hit a wall. Slammed and catapulted into a wall. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I had to stop mid-chapter. I was reading during school today and I literally, like I sat in my seat until 8:59. Our bell to leave class like rings at 8:59. I'm normally up and out of my seat and standing at the door like with everyone else at like 8:57. I did not even have my backpack zipped up. I was sitting on my phone. Like to the other people in the class I probably just looked like I was so uninterested in everything. I'm like, no, actually I'm reading a very good book right now. Actually guys, so that's my vibe right now. I'm really gonna finish this book today. Oh my god. Please tell me it ends well. It's really stressing me out too for some reason. Like it's not even like a stressful book. It's supposed to be like a, oh, this book. No. Like genuinely as I've been reading this book, like these entire past 2 days, I've been looking over at my little like favorites shelf on the top of my bookshelf. I'm like, which book am I gonna have to move and replace with Archer's Voice? Because I'm so serious right now. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna continue reading now. I really need to shut up. Like, I have an issue to the point of, like, I literally don't have anyone else to talk to about books that I like. So my videos are literally just the entire time. Oh my god, can I actually shut up for 2 seconds? I'm gonna go read my book now. Okay, everyone, I've officially completed all of Archer's Voice, the bonus chapters too. Honestly, I think I already gave you guys, like, majority of my opinions. I don't want to, like, sit and talk about this book for, like, this entire video. I feel like this video is already going to be a very, very long one, okay? So I'm going to actually shut up for a little bit. As you guys know, as I said before, 5-star book for me. I genuinely think that just the writing of this book, the characters, the setting, everything is just so special to me. I think I'm gonna always hold a place in my heart for this book, and you know it's a good book for me when I don't even get mad at the epilogue being like basic. It is truly such a good book, and it's so different than any other like romance book that I've read before. I'm not gonna read any quotes from this book or really give you much else. I feel like I've given you enough about this book and I feel like I need to shut up now. So I actually have to end the video here, okay? I'm on a time crunch to upload this video, so I love you guys so much. I will see you guys tomorrow with yet another video. I hope that you enjoyed this reading vlog. I'm sorry if I yapped a lot in it. It's just a rite of passage for me. It's what I do best. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Make sure you check out all my socials links down in the description box down below, and like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Bookmas video. It's coming to an end. I'm literally so sad about it. Like what am I gonna do when I'm not posting and talking to you guys every single day of my life? Guys, I love you guys so much. Goodbye.